Hey, good morning, y'all. Here we go again. I left you with a question yesterday of what was the importance of them standing or being in a field. So we're going to pick up right there. So we'll get rolling here in verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. Notice it doesn't say among the sheep, it says in the field. So what would be the importance there? It was a tilled ground that Cain had worked. You know what, though? What's another thing that could have upset Cain? Would not the sheep also want to eat what he planted? I don't know. Could he been wroth with not only the Lord? Could he be wroth with not only Abel, but even the flock that he keeps, the sheep? I don't know. I'm asking you. What do you think? So let's read on. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? So in other words, I'm not responsible for him. I don't care where he's at. Basically saying. So Cain had to have seen his labors as much greater than Abel's. So it brought forth envy, pride, brought forth all these things. So we have our first homicide recorded in the Bible. So let's keep investigating and see what it says. Verse 10, And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Remember, it's tilled ground. Now the blood is soaked into the ground, to the earth. First time blood had been spilt on the earth that I've seen. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from your hand. So now, cursed are you from the earth, which has opened her mouth. Now, what's the imagery we're seeing here? It was tilled ground, it was fertile ground, it was able to absorb the blood. Basically, it's the same imagery of Eve when she ate the fruit. Remember? She grabs it, she eats it, she gave it to her husband. What if they ate the seed? That's what we're saying. That's what the imagery would be. It would be a way to give birth unto something new. So they eat the seed, they gave birth to something new. So it's the same imagery here. The earth itself opened its mouth, received his blood, and it gave birth to something new. But what would it have gave birth to? Could it have been Abel was found righteous in his offering? Bing, bing, you got it. So that would have been righteous blood spilt on the earth before, to let the Lord know that man can stay righteous or be righteous before God. How did he see Abraham, righteous? How did he see Noah, righteous? Remember these words. Remember this. Very important here. So now let's look at the New Testament, right? Let's move forward. Let's go to Hebrews 12, where it says, Now a greater blood than Abel's cries out. Whose blood is that? Yeah, you got it. Jesus. So let's go back to Golgotha. What was that called? Golgotha? The place of the skull. So it was a rock or a stone formation that looked like a human skull Jesus was crucified on, right? Let's go to Matthew 10, where he says, Simon, your name will now be Peter, meaning rock. Here, where we going with this? Here we go. We're getting the imagery again here. Matthew 16:8. Upon this rock I will build my church. What was Jesus saying? Upon this rock I will build my church. So when the man walks up and pierces Jesus on the cross, what ran out? Blood and water. So blood represents the life within something, especially the flesh. The water represents the flowing of the Spirit. Those two became one right there when Jesus died. Now the Spirit can be given unto all men. But get this image. His blood and water fell onto a rock, not fertile ground, but a rock. What would that imagery be? So when I ask you about the bread, what image did man place upon the bread? He ground that stone and he put his image on the bread, which is what? To an eternal God, man's image would be death. We're only here for a vapor. You know, our life is like a vapor. We're only here for a little while. So to an eternal God, we would be the image of death. So a rock or a stone has no way to reproduce within itself, right? Now Jesus' blood has fallen upon a stone, which would be us, the image of death, because man could not redeem himself before God. We cannot do it on our own. It took him to do it. So therefore the image is absolutely perfectly done. Perfect. His blood fell upon a rock, which brings forth life unto something that had no seed within itself, which was man. Only seed we have is to reproduce with children, not into eternal life. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Y'all beginning to see more and more? Hey, we're going to recap tomorrow and kind of go over some of these. I went kind of long, so we're going to end it here. Hey, I love you guys. Thanks for listening. This is awesome. I love this. Hey, I love you. Hey, have a blessed day.